Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are actually going to create NFT art, and this will kind of be looking like this example that I'm showing you here in just a second. This one, like here. It's a little bit rusty, but it's like a bit false, but it's fine. And like a huge amount of NFT Ethereum things that are like placed in the background. I just want to show you and go around the script of how to create those, and then you can also download this script. So let's get into it. So this will be like more of an explanatory thing because the script itself is actually a little bit more complicated, but I'm going through it just like, I just want to show you to it like one by one. So how it basically works. So you want to create kind of those Ethereum tokens, which kind of look like that. And in 3D, it's kind of like this, right? It has a different shape and it has this thing that goes up, but then it's also kind of very symmetrical, and you have the same angle here and down here. That's what it was, what we were like creating before, kind of like this thing here at the bottom, and then on top thing that can go like back and forth. So then we as well created like this little point where they kind of align to, as you see here when we go around like that. They kind of align to that direction. Because we did create like a rectangle, and then we created some points in there, and then the base plane was like rotated a little bit, and then so we have like planes that are this like bottom point here of the thing. And then we divided it into like two things, at one at the top and one at the bottom. And it kind of works rather simple, but when we go in this cluster, we kind of see it. You always have this like the base point, which then gets moved into those 2 points, either here or there, into the other directions. And this then have to be like connected together. So the planes or like the surfaces always create those surfaces here that go together. Those then get merged into one thing, and this will be then the output of that. And here it's kind of similar, but there's a little bit more of an interesting thing going on here, because the surfaces are connected differently, first of all. And yeah, then we have to basically calculate this point here, which is like double as the point on the bottom, which is a little bit more complicated, but it's like just geometrical things. And then we can change the thickness of it, the general height of it, then the difference of heights as well, like in the angle of it, and then the thickness that goes into the width in general. And then I think we also have like just the general thing like here, this like middle point I was talking before, that is all normally should be at 2, and then also another point, at least like the top point, I think this one should also be at 2 as well, even though it says should be at 1 here in my wrong numberings. And then we have those two things defined, and we create a gradient of different colors, which we actually use the plugin Human, which is really useful for creating and baking geometry into Rhino. And once we have that, we're actually gonna click bake, and then we're just gonna hide that. And then you see we have all those different colored meshes here. And when we go to the render view, you actually see we have those different really nice meshes like around this place. And yeah, and then when you have that, you can, for example, render it, for example, like this here. Well, this one's gonna load, but as we showed before. And then if you wanna actually create it on Open, it's like you can create this non-fungible token, which is basically a thing that is represented by something in the web, but then it's stored on the Ethereum blockchain, so it's actually kind of yours if you actually buy it. So here, for example, I have my own NFTs. It's from my like parametric Instagram channel, and you can basically like I uploaded those, and then I can say, okay, you know what, I want to list this item, I want to sell it. And then I want to say, okay, I want to list it for, let's say, I don't know, 1 Ethereum is around $1,500 at the moment. So it's like maybe like $15, or maybe let's say, I don't know, like $45. and then I can post a listing. Then I get a request to the blockchain if I was actually the person who did this transaction or who wants to sign this transaction here. And then I can sign it. And then it actually creates this art item on the blockchain, or at least it's like signed, it's like actually created. And then other people can actually own it, like buy it directly from myself without any intermediary or any other person. And thus, if you go, for example, on OpenSea in general, you have like a lot. If you go and explore here, like I said, you can check my own stuff. Maybe there's something you like, I don't know. Or you can check out the other people's stuff that there are. I don't know why it's not loading at the moment. Maybe it's like overcrowded because NFTs are in a big hype at the moment. But you can also buy other people's assets as well, if they would load now. I don't know, I guess my internet is kind of ruined at the moment, but I guess that's fine. So yeah, and that's basically a way of creating different NFTs in a rather short time, because for example right now, if you want to change the art piece or create a different art piece, you can always change the change the parameters in the Grasshopper environment, right? So if we go in here and say, okay, I want to have this different, that different, whatever, it's always really easy to do within the Grasshopper environment. So that's pretty cool. At least I think that's something rather useful. What I think is at least interesting. Cool. So yeah, so that's the thing that I want to talk about. And the script is actually in the GitHub, so you can try it out yourself. Let me know if you create your own NFT art. That would be really, really cool. And yeah, see you in the next one.